Welcome everyone live to Saturday Night Dystopia.
The following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, the United States champion, Rob Van Dam.
Welcome Dancing Red Sox, welcome J-Props, welcome to tonight's show here at Dystopia, and we got our opening match. We have champion versus champion, as the U.S. champion, Rob Van Dam, will be taking on the European champion, Aiden Andrews. And what a night we have. Not only do we open tonight with a champion versus champion match, but tonight's main event is definitely going to be one for the books. The Witch will be going one-on-one with the newest member of the Old Gods, Amber Charllot, and boy does the Witch have a receipt to pay back to her new arch nemesis here tonight.
And his opponent from Toledo, Ohio, weighing in at 250 pounds, the European champion, Aiden Andrews.
We got Aiden Andrews here, the European champion. About to go one-on-one with United States champion Rob Van Dam. We got two champions from across the continents here in his non-title match. No title on the line. This is simply to see which champion is better in the ring. Is it going to be the criminal Aiden Andrews or the whole damn show Rob Van Dam? Speaking of competition between champions, Wednesday night on Brawl, we had a nice little tag team matchup where Aiden Andrews teamed up with Tyson to take on the Intercontinental Champion, Chosen, and Benjamin Bourne, where Aiden Andrews came out with an upset win. Will that be the same case here tonight on Dystopia as he takes on Rob Van Dam? And here comes the bell as we start tonight's matchup. And Aiden Andrews starting off strong as he goes for the cover on Rob Van Dam, immediately getting the advantage in tonight's opening matchup here on Dystopia in this sold-out arena. I'd like to remind everyone that next Sunday will be our pay-per-view event, The Rising Sun, which will be live from the Tokyo Dome in Japan, where we're going to have a very large match card, including a triple threat ladder match for the tag team titles between the Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, and the Outlaws. Oh my god, and what a kick by Rob Van Dam right there. RVD getting to the top rope, sizing up the criminal. And a nice Rolling Thunder right off the top rope, an aerial Rolling Thunder if you will, but not enough to take away the European champion. Rob Van Dam, once again, exercising those kicks. He's known all so well for those kicks that have gotten him through ECW, WWE, TNA, and now here at GTW as he goes toe-to-toe in his champion versus champion match. And Aiden Andrews with a big body slam onto Rob Van Dam, now sizing up the United States champion. He goes for an Irish whip up the rope and a big knee to the face. The criminal, Aiden Andrews, once again, coming off the ropes with another kick to the face, taking down RVD, and a big atomic elbow drop by the European champion. You see Aiden Andrews now working on the leg. Rob Van Dam locking in that figure four leg lock. Will Rob Van Dam tap out here? Will he go for submission? No, it seems Aiden Andrews wants to drag this match out a little longer here. Not ready to call it in so soon. At the end of the day, this match is all about competition here. No titles on the line. This is a simple one-on-one competition between two belt holders to see who is the better champion. A streak that Aiden Andrews seems to be on as of this week. Going back to this Sunday's pay-per-view, we also got Archangel, who, thanks to, I guess you could say, Hercules' ransom note as of late, but we'll get back to that later, will be having a World Heavyweight Championship match against Dio Sebastian. And also another big title match. We're going to have Steven Dynamite in our main event taking on Hercules as he'll be defending the Grand Tour champion at the Rising Sun live at the Tokyo Dome. Because this pay-per-view will be taking place overseas, both Brawl and Dystopia next week will be in Japan. We got these two men taking the fight outside the ring right now. The referee halfway through a countout. If not careful, we might not have a real ending to this competition. And Andrews getting in the ring. Looks like he's looking to win this by countout. Rob Van Dam doesn't wake up. He could be in danger of losing this one-on-one match. Come on, Rob Van Dam, wake up. Come on. You can do it. Nope. And he's out. And Aiden Andrews wins by countout. A bit of an upset win, folks, in this opening match. But it seems that the criminal Aiden Andrews lived up to his name and literally stole the win in tonight's opening match. You can see that Aiden Andrews is a bit rough with Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam not exactly much in his prime anymore. He is an old veteran wrestler. It's probably not unheard of for him to be knocked out outside the ring. In fact, I think Rob Van Dam is still laying out there as we speak. He actually kind of looks a little hurt right now. Aiden Andrews still being in the ring, but off camera, the EMTs are coming by to check on Rob Van Dam. This could look serious. The cameras are turned away now, and Rob Van Dam being taken away on a stretcher. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be keeping you updated on his condition later on tonight. However, we still got more to come tonight. We still have one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Kumiko Tanaka, taking on WWE's Iyo Sky in tonight's Women's Division matchup. Also, due to the interference of Shinosuke Nakamura on Wednesday Night Brawl, attacking Barry Jenkins has challenged him to a one-on-one match here tonight. And let's not forget, we still have our main event tonight. Amber Charllot versus The Witch. And for The Witch, this is not a one-on-one competition, but this is personal. For the last 2 weeks, Amber Charllot has been a bane in The Witch's existence, starting by injuring her friend Amanda Price. Amanda Price, who, when I hear, will be cleared to wrestle by the Rising Sun on Sunday. The official challenge has been made. It will be Amanda Price versus Amber Charllot. And the word is, it's gonna be a underground match. For anyone who doesn't know what an underground match is, an underground is no ropes. The crowd will be surrounding the ring itself. There'll be no DQ, no countout. You can only win by pinfall, submission, or knockout. And that will be Amanda Price versus Amber Charllot coming next Sunday on the Rising Sun live at the Tokyo Dome in Japan. However, tonight for the main event, it will be The Witch starting to get her receipt. That's all coming up here tonight on Dystopia. But first, a quick 2-minute break. Benjamin, how are you doing today, my friend? What? What is it, Chosen? What is it now? So last Wednesday, my memory's still a little fuzzy from that headshot I took on Wednesday. I know it did not go so well, but I got us another opportunity. The greatest intercontinental champion of all time, Chosen, and his protege, Benjamin Bourne, will go against Andre Chase and Duke Hudson of Chase University. No. No more tag team matches. You still owe me $200 for helping you the other night. And I'm not your protege. Ben, it's important you tag with me tonight. I have so much I can teach you. I saw that fire in you at Summer Bash. Work with me tonight. I will help you see. Fine. Okay, I'll help you take on Chase U tonight. But this is the last time. You got it, Chosen? The last time. You will not regret this, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we just heard from the backstage area, Chosen has once again managed to rope-a-dope bad boy Benjamin Bourne into another tag team match, but this time it'll be against Chase University, who will be making their GTW live stream debut here tonight. But first, another match coming from the tag team division, but this time singles. We've been having Kumiko Tanaka and her partner Nanako having a bit of a confrontation from the two Japanese wrestlers from WWE, Asuka and Iyo Sky. Last week, it was Nanako who was taking on Asuka and got an upset victory over the WWE superstar. However, tonight, it will be Kumiko EMP Tanaka's turn to take on Iyo Sky right here on DYSTOPIA.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Kyoto, Japan, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Impress.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Kumiko Tanaka, one half of the Women's Champion, being accompanied to the ring by Kana Nanako, as she is about to go one-on-one with Iyo Sky. Now, for those who have not heard the recent announcement, Iyo Sky and Asuka will be challenging these two women for the GTW Women's Tag Team titles at the Rising Sun pay-per-view next Sunday, which will be live streaming 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, right here at Infinite Fantasy Twitch.tv. That will be next Sunday, September 21st, will be the big live stream event where these four women from Japan will be competing for the tag team titles.
And her opponent, representing Damage Control from Tokyo, Japan, Iyo Sky.
And what better place for Iyo Sky to receive her tag team title opportunity than her home city of Tokyo, Japan. That's right, we got Iyo Sky, homegrown from Tokyo, Japan, still currently living there, making her way to the United States week after week to entertain the wonderful fans of pro wrestling. What a woman she is. She made it big in the WWE and with the help of her friend Asuka, is looking to make a name for herself right here at Grand Tour Wrestling. And ladies and gentlemen, those in the chat, don't be shy. If you want to comment in the comment section, you'll get a shout out from the commentator right here tonight. And we're off. Iyo Sky starting things strong against Kumiko Tanaka. This is a bit of a preview of what we might get next Sunday. And don't forget, starting this Wednesday on Brawl, we will be touring throughout Japan. We'll be having Brawl, which will be held in a TV studio in Japan. Several house shows throughout different sport vendors throughout Japan that week, and DYSTOPIA, which will be in a small arena just only miles away from the Tokyo Dome, followed by the big pay-per-view event, the Rising Sun. And what a match it's going to be, having Iyo Sky and Asuka versus, oh, hold on, what's Kana Nanako doing here? She seems to be taking off the turnbuckle padding. And there's Iyo Sky raking the elbow across the face. I think she might have just spotted the exposed turnbuckle and is now keeping the pressure on Kumiko Tanaka to make sure she doesn't end up getting the receipt into it. And Iyo Sky with a high-risk maneuver bouncing off the rope. By the way, folks, I just want to point out this is Iyo Sky's in-ring debut here in GTW. The two women now fighting outside the ring, and there's Iyo Sky with a bulldog. Kumiko Tanaka in a massive amount of trouble right here tonight in tonight's singles matchup here in the women's division. We already had a count out in our opening match. This could be 2 in a row if Kumiko Tanaka doesn't get her act together. And there's Iyo Sky throwing Kumiko Tanaka in the ring. Looks like she doesn't want to win by count out here. She wants to win this honorably. She's here to send a message to the tag team champions. After all, they're only 1 week away from the big tag team title match live here on Twitch in our big pay-per-view event. The referee a bit distracted, trying to put on that turnbuckle padding. Iyo Sky dominating in this matchup. This is definitely most likely a sign of things to come. Next Sunday, but here's Kumiko Tanaka now getting the reversal on Iyo Sky. Here goes Kumiko with a knee right into the face of Iyo Sky. He comes off the rope, but nobody home. Iyo getting out of the way at the very last moment, and there's Iyo Sky with a German suplex on Kumiko Tanaka. And you can see Kana Nanako is arguing with Iyo Sky outside the ring, distracting Kumiko's opponent here. Iyo Sky looking to send a message to both women as she goes for a big moonsault off the top rope. 1, 2, but no, Kumiko Tanaka kicks out on 2 here at Iyo Sky's in-ring GTW debut. And there's a European uppercut by Iyo Sky, taking down the one half of the women's tag team champions. Kumiko Tanaka going out of the way at the very last second. And here she is, sizing up the challenger. Ready to send a little message of her own regarding the tag team title match. And here comes the pin. 1, 2, but Iyo Sky kicks out of the EMP finishing maneuver. And here's Kumiko Tanaka wrenching the neck. He's getting pumped. The crowd getting pumped. The crowd is electric. The air is electric right here in DYSTOPIA. But Iyo Sky with a reversal. here's Iyo just stomping away at the hand of the women's tag team champion right now. And here she goes. She's signaling. She's making a declaration for a big flying DDT off the top rope. And there comes the pin. 1, 2, but no. Once again, Kumiko Tanaka kicks out. Here comes Iyo, sizing her up on the apron. Here she comes, right off the top, and she nails it. Iyo Sky looking to size her up with a double flying knee right in the corner. And there's Iyo just adding insult to injury. Here we go for the win. 1, 2, but no, again, Kumiko Tanaka manages to get the shoulder up, and Iyo Sky is now wondering what she's going to have to do to put her opponent away. Here she goes, looking for the moonsault, and it connects. The referee, once again, 1, and 2, and 3, and Iyo Sky gets the win. An impressive victory here in Iyo Sky's in-ring GTW debut here on Dystopia, completely dominating over Kumiko Tanaka. This could definitely be a sign of things to come, coming for the pay-per-view next Sunday at the Rising Sun. Will Iyo Sky and Asuka win the Women's Tag Team Championship in Iyo Sky's home city of Tokyo, Japan? Tune in on Sunday, September 21st next week to find out. Once again, the live stream with an enormous match card will be next Sunday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. If nothing else, Iyo Sky definitely has to respect Kumiko Tanaka for her resilience. But at the end of the day,
here is your
Iyo Sky's
Iyo Sky.
The ring announcer just said it all right there. Iyo Sky completely dominated in tonight's matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not done yet. When we return, we'll be having Victoria Wong, our backstage interviewer, having a one-on-one chat with Shinnosuke Nakamura after a quick 2-minute break. Victoria Wong here, and I am with WWE's Shinnosuke Nakamura. Last week, you came out to challenge Andre Armstrong, and on Brawl, last Wednesday you attacked Barry Jenkins in his match against Nathan O'Gray. Shinnosuke Nakamura, the fans of GTW must know, what is your motivation? I have proven to be the best in Japan, the best in WWE, and now that GTW is coming to my homeland of Japan, I will prove I am the best here tonight. I will prove by beating Barry Jenkins. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we're about to have Barry Jenkins go one-on-one with Shinnosuke Nakamura, and we just heard from the backstage interview being conducted by GTW's own Victoria Wong. By the way, thank you Victoria Wong for conducting the interview. It was very insightful. Shinnosuke Nakamura saying that he has dominated in the WWE. He's dominated in Japan and now looks to dominate in GTW, knowing that GTW is doing something that the WWE doesn't really do very often, and is having a big event in Japan, which will be the big pay-per-view event at the Rising Sun, and it looks like he's here to make a statement. First, by challenging Andre Armstrong, which did not go so well. Andre Armstrong did come up with the win. Shinsuke Nakamura losing his in-ring debut, and seems to have been taking his frustration out on Barry Jenkins during his no DQ match with Nathan O'Gray. And this is quite a conundrum for Mr. Sugar and Spice tonight, as not only has he just lost his grudge match against Nathan O'Gray on Wednesday, but now is in another grudge match here tonight against Shinsuke Nakamura. Will Barry Jenkins be able to come out on top, or will Shinsuke Nakamura prove what he's setting out to do right here on Dystopia? And what's this? Nathan O'Gray coming out. The two men already in the ring, but Nathan O'Gray, who had his grudge match against Barry Jenkins on Wednesday. Barry Jenkins and Nathan O'Gray have not exactly been on great terms as of late. But one can wonder, what is he doing coming here ringside in this match? It seems Nathan O'Gray is heading his way to the announcer's desk. Oh, you can see the glare between these two men. Nathan O'Gray doesn't look like he has great intentions here, but here he is, sitting down by the announcer's desk. Nathan O'Gray, I'd like to welcome you. Well, I'm wondering, what are you doing out here tonight? Oh, there's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all, Infinite Fantasy. I'm just here to watch this match and keep track of my opponent as of late, Barry Jenkins. As you know, I beat him on Brawl. He beat me the week before on Brawl. We're one-on-one right now. So I just want to see where he's at with Shinsuke Nakamura. And I can't lie, I gotta say, I'm very curious to see what Shinsuke Nakamura has to do with all this, interfering in the match on Brawl on Wednesday. That is true. Shinsuke Nakamura did interfere on Brawl against you and Barry Jenkins, and that definitely came in your favor, as it helped you get the win. Are you implying, Infinite Fantasy, that I only won the match because Shinsuke Nakamura interfered? No, I'm not implying anything, Nathan O'Gray. Nothing at all. I'm just saying that it was quite a turn of events, which has led us to this one-on-one matchup here tonight. And here we have Barry Jenkins going for his flashy style, going off the top rope against Shinsuke Nakamura. The two men now fighting outside the ring. Well, as long as they stay away from the announcer desk, we won't have a problem. Nathan O'Gray, I can't help but notice he still might have a bit of a grudge against Barry Jenkins. Well, let me tell you something about Barry Jenkins. The man is a clown. He's absolute trash. The fact that he's even allowed in the same ring as me is an insult, let alone as a tag team partner. It's because of him we lost against the Headbangers 2 weeks ago. So you're saying that it's entirely Barry Jenkins' fault that you lost. I had that match completely under control. Now, if you excuse me, Nathan Gray, what are you doing? Nathan Gray just took his headset. He's coming out into the ring. He just attacked Barry Jenkins, and the referee calling for a disqualification. And Shinsuke Nakamura looking at Nathan O'Gray, wondering what the hell just happened. Nathan O'Gray was just joining me here at the announcer's desk and just threw off his headset, ran the ring. It looked like he was getting a bit hot-headed here, but he just interfered in the match. And, well, I guess technically Barry Jenkins just won the match, but only by a no disqualification there. I mean, by a disqualification there. Wow. I'm sorry. I was just jumping by the events that's happening. This man was just talking to me 2 seconds ago, and here he is now attacking Barry Jenkins. The match is over. This is not an official match. The bell was rung. The match is called. Barry Jenkins won due to the interference of Nathan O'Gray. Shinsuke Nakamura leaving the ring, giving Nathan O'Gray a bit of a dirty look. I don't think he liked what transpired there. And here's Nathan O'Gray just tearing apart Barry Jenkins right now. And we could see that that win on Brawl was not enough. Barry Jenkins now being completely tortured. And look at him, he's putting him in a crossface submission hold. There's no tap out right now. This is not a match. And there's Barry Jenkins fighting back. You can see him favoring that shoulder right now. And there's Nico Gray bobbing and weaving. And there he is, knocking out Barry Jenkins. He's not done yet. He's sizing him up. He's looking to send a message to him. This is a straight up beatdown right now. And through the ropes, spears Barry Jenkins, breaking him in half. We need to get some officials out here to break this up right now. This is complete madness. And Barry Jenkins fighting back. He's having enough. He went for an Irish whip and threw him into the referee. The referee is only in this ring at this point in time just to make sure these men don't completely destroy each other. But there's only so much you can do. These two are trained fighters. He's just an official. And what's Nico Gray doing here? Snake eyes into the top turnbuckle. And here goes Nathan Gray with a powerbomb on Barry Jenkins, right into the family jewels. Barry Jenkins getting kicked right into his sugar and spice right now. Of all my time commentating for Grand Tour Wrestling, this is got to be one of the most unprofessional things I've ever seen. It's one thing to come out here as a guest commentator to talk about your rival. And what's Jenkins doing here? He just grabbed my nose and just slapped him right into it. He's just smacking the hell out of him. He looks like Barry Jenkins had enough of Nathan's great shenanigans. And it's like I said before, it's one thing to come out here as a guest commentator and spectate your rival in his match. It's another just in the middle of an official competition to take off your headset, run the ring, and cause a disqualification. This was an official matchup, and Nico Gray had no business right now getting in that ring. Nathan Gray, wow. I mean, just wow. Barry Jenkins came back for a while, but Nathan Gray, he just sent a huge message to Barry Jenkins. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come. Sorry, I'm just a loss for words about all this. I'm trying to regain my bearings here. Still to come, we have the tag team action as Chosen will once again be teaming up with Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne as they'll be taking on Duke Hudson and Andre Chase of Chase University right here on Dystopia. We also still have our main event tonight, Amber Charllot versus The Witch one-on-one. Also, backtracking, last Wednesday on Brawl, where Hercules laid his demands to Charles Elliott. And Charles Elliott agreed to all but one demand. He agreed to Hercules' immunity and being fired. He agreed to Archangel having his World Heavyweight title match against Dio Sebastian at the Rising Sun. He agreed to making Archangel and Rebecca Troy both placeholders for the mixed gender tag team titles at a moment of Hercules' choosing. However, there was one demand that Charles Elliott had not agreed to just yet, and that was a match against Hercules. That's right, the director of Charles Elliott was challenged to a match this Wednesday on Brawl against Hercules for control of Grand Tour Wrestling. The winner not only will have Charles Elliott shares, but will also be the new director of Grand Tour Wrestling. And Charles Elliott realizing that would mean giving Hercules complete authority without any accountability, and he believed that was just too much power and denied him that last request. As a result, Hercules put director Charles Elliott through the announcer's desk. and said, on Dystopia, your son is either going to come out here as a free man because you agreed to my final term, or I'm going to do to him what I just did to you. And we're still waiting to hear what Charles Elliott's answer will be. Will he give in to the final demand of Hercules? Will he accept that challenge on the main event on Brawl? Or will his son face the consequences? That's all coming up later on tonight. But we'll be back after a quick break. You, Nathan O'Gray, had no business getting in my business. Oh yeah? Well, guess what? Shinosuke, Manaka, Takanori, or whatever your goddamn name is, you had no business interfering in my match on Brawl. You only won at your match on Brawl because I interfered. And don't you forget it. You cost me the match. You attacked Barry Jenkins, and I lost by disqualification. You disgrace me. Okay, fine. How about you and I settle things on Brawl, me and you, one-on-one. Brawl in my home territory of Japan? Fine. I will do to you what I was going to do to that flashy clown, as you call him, Barry Jenkins. I'll see you on Wednesday. And here comes Brenda Bison, the women's champion, making her way in the ring. Sorry, not just women's champion, but now women's champion and one half of the intergender champions. Brenda Bison now a double belt holder. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, myself and the great Andre Armstrong have proven how superior we are to the dim-witted competitors here in the United States. Not only have I made your hero, your former women's champion, submit to me, but now the red faction are the intergender tag team champions. Behold, for now you can see what a true champion looks like, for I now hold 2 championship belts. Yes, I know you Americans are not accustomed to seeing such greatness, but here I stand as a 2-time champion. Despite that meddling interference from Akima Sakai. Miss Sakai, will you please join me in this ring? We have matters to discuss. And here comes Akima Sakai, now answering the call of Brenda Bison. Here I am, Miss Bison. Congratulations on your victory. You win many titles, yet you never defend. Yes, you have made your stance perfectly clear. For a month now, you have been a thorn at my side. You say you wish to challenge me for the Women's Championship in Japan. In the name of honor. I do not want to grant you honor, Miss Sakai. I don't want to grant you honor among your close ones. However, I would love nothing more right now than to humiliate you in front of them. You have issued a challenge many times, so Akira Sakai, I'd accept your challenge. But it will not just be any title defense. I will defeat you in front of your family and from your friends and from all your loved ones. I will humiliate you the same way I humiliated Amanda Price at Summer Bash. At the Rising Sun, I will defend my women's title against you. in a submission match. At last, I will bring honor to my country. And the issue has, the challenge has been issued and accepted. It's going to be Brenda Bison finally accepting Akima Saki's challenge for the women's title at the Tokyo Dome. But it won't just be any women's title match. Brenda Bison versus Akima Saki next Sunday at the Rising Sun pay-per-view event live at the Tokyo Dome. Live streaming here on FFSCTwitch.tv. And it's going to be a submission match. That means you can only win by making your opponent tap out. Will Akima Saki submit and surrender to the women's champion Brenda Bison in front of her friends, family, close ones in Japan? Or will she bring honor to her country and win the women's title? Find out next Sunday here on Twitch. Live streaming 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not done just yet. Coming up, we have Chosen and Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne versus Chase U in tag team action. Right here on Dystopia. And it looks like we're starting things up. And there's Chosen, who just tagged himself in the match. We were supposed to start off with Benjamin Bourne, and Chosen decided to tag himself in as soon as the bell rang. How vain can you actually get here? I mean, it was Chosen who was practically begging Benjamin Bourne to team up with him one more time, and as soon as the bell rings, Benjamin Bourne starting off as the legal partner, Chosen ends up being the one to tag himself in. And Benjamin Bourne does not look all too happy about it right now. And here it's Chosen finally giving Benjamin Bourne his chance to fight in the ring, but not without getting that extra shot in. And right now, we have Benjamin Bourne, the legal man, against Andre Chase, the leader of Chase University, here with his tag team partner, Duke Hudson. And right now, Andre Chase, for a moment there, looked like he was about to take Benjamin Bourne to school, but here comes the bad boy, setting him up for a massive snake eyes right into the top turnbuckle. It looked like he was going to go for a massive powerbomb, but then twisted the move right at the last second. You can see there's a lot of aggression behind Benjamin Bourne right now. Really not too happy with how things started off in tonight's tag team match, and he wants to take it out on Andre Chase right now. Andre Chase now tagging in his partner, Duke Hudson. Duke Hudson, now the legal man in the ring, the other half of Chase University. Now remember, on Brawl, Chosen had once again selected Benjamin Bourne as a tag team partner. That was their second tag team match together, and it seems ever since Chosen had defeated Benjamin Bourne at Summer Bash, retaining his Intercontinental Championship, he's been just obsessed with Benjamin Bourne. But as far as scouting him in his matches, and then constantly requesting Charles Elliott to have him as his tag team partner. On Brawl, he had a $500 bet with Aiden Andrews, the European champion, the two arguing which one of them was a better singles champion, and they thought they settled things in a tag team match. The criminal Aiden Andrews had new up-and-comer GTW wrestler Tyson as his partner, as Chosen had picked Benjamin Bourne, promising him that he would get $200 out of that $500 bet if they won. Unfortunately for both men, they lost. Benjamin Bourne still hung up over those $200. And Chosen said that he has expressed that he wants Benjamin Bourne to be his protege. They saw the fire in Bad Boy Bourne's eyes when they had their singles match, their Intercontinental Championship match at Summer Bash, our last pay-per-view event. Benjamin Bourne doesn't really seem to be very too interested in being his protege, but Chosen seems to be very, well, let's just say he's very stubborn. Benjamin Bourne claiming tonight will be the last night he will team up with Chosen. And I think after that stunt Chosen pulled at the very beginning of the match, that might be true. And here's Chosen with a big moonsault springing off the top rope, but nobody home. Andre Chase now has the advantage over the Intercontinental Champion. And here it comes, a fisherman suplex by Andre Chase. Chosen in deep trouble right now in tonight's tag team match. And here comes Andre Chase, just wrenching the arm across the top rope. And here he comes, springing off the rope, rolling into a pin. Chosen manages to roll out at the very last moment, thankfully. But Andre Chase still keeping the advantage on the Intercontinental Champion. And here comes Andre Chase setting Chosen up for a superplex. And there's a superplex right off the top rope. That's 10 feet in the air, everyone. The crowd chanting, "This is awesome." They're loving this teamwork by Chase University right now. Chosen being taken apart by these two scholars. I guess it just goes to show you, brains is the most powerful muscle you can have, as Andre Chase continues to systematically take apart and there's Andre Chase not only taking Chosen to school, but also seems to be giving the crowd a lecture, as the entire crowd has completely chanted the Chase U chant motto. And here's Chosen coming back, those chops to the chest. Instead of going for that final chop to the chest, he ends up giving Andre Chase a nice smack across the face. And here comes the pin, the referee going 1, 2, but Andre Chase manages to kick out. Here comes Chosen, now tagging in Benjamin Bourne. Benjamin Bourne hauling to the ground. And here comes the bad boy elbow drop by bad boy Benjamin Bourne, now lining up Andre Chase. And here comes the pin by bad boy. 1, 2, but no, at the very, very last moment, Andre Chase manages to kick out. We got the crowd screaming tag team wrestling, and as they should, what an amazing tag team match this is turning out to be here on Dystopia. And now we have Duke Hudson in the ring. Andre Chase's protege, if you will. Slowly, systematically taking apart Benjamin Bourne. And that's the thing about Chase University, is their amazing skills as wrestlers come from their ability to strategically take apart their opponents. Whereas I feel Benjamin Bourne and Chosen, both very instinctual and aggressive wrestlers, who let their feelings take over in the ring and let them guide them. You got Chase University, who think about what they're doing ahead of time. The Intercontinental Champion going for the pin, but Andre Chase able to kick out of the pin. Chosen looking a little weary and a little frustrated here. And here he comes with the moonsault. And here comes Chosen, now tagging in Benjamin Bourne. The two finally getting their footing together as a tag team here. And there's Bourne with a hammer off the second rope. And don't forget, folks, coming up after this, we still have our main event, The Witch versus the Warrior Princess Amber Charllot. That's coming up tonight for our main event, and we're still looking to find out what director Charles Elliott's answer will be to Hercules' final demand. Will he give in to save his son, or will the Elliots face the consequences of their defiance? That will be coming up also here tonight on Dystopia after this tag team match. You can see Duke Hudson reaching for the tag, and Andre Chase gets the tag in, as does Benjamin Bourne. Now we have Duke Hudson and Chosen both as the legal men in this tag team match. And here comes Duke Hudson setting him up. And there comes the pin. 1, 2, but Chosen gets the kick out. You can see Benjamin Bourne getting a little antsy there, a little reckless, anxiety hitting him as he's watching his tag team partner being taken apart by Duke Hudson. And there's an Irish whip right into the corner. Duke Hudson now tags in his partner, Andre Chase, and here's some double team action by Chase University. And what an amazing face buster by Andre Chase. 1, 2, but no, Chosen gets the shoulder up, and look at the look on Andre Chase's face. He is absolutely shocked that he was able to kick out of that. He was so sure that he had the win right there. Duke Hudson now looking to finish what Andre started. Chosen not looking very good as he's thrown to the opponent's corner. But here comes an elbow being thrown by the Intercontinental Champion. Fighting back against Duke Hudson. He smashes his face into the top turnbuckle. And here comes Chosen throwing across the ring. The masked wrestler from Japan make his way to the top rope. He had an opportunity to tag in Benjamin Bourne, but instead is choosing the high-risk maneuver with the amazing shooting star press. 1, 2, but no, Duke Hudson gets the shoulder up. Chosen following up, keeping the pressure on with the moonsault. There goes Chosen, tagging in Benjamin Bourne. The two with a double team maneuver. These two finally using the teamwork to their advantage. And what's this? There's Benjamin Bourne throwing Duke Hudson to the corner, and oh my gosh, he just attacked his partner by accident. Duke Hudson got out of the way, and Benjamin Bourne accidentally striking Chosen. And now it seems the tables have turned as Chase U takes advantage of the moment here. Benjamin Bourne now being thrown in the ring by Duke Hudson. Chosen completely knocked out in this tag team match. Things have completely fallen apart between Chosen and Benjamin Bourne. The Intercontinental Champion is completely out of it after accidentally being knocked out. Benjamin Bourne not giving up though. Look out, throwing those elbows, giving everything he has. He realizes the mistake and he's trying to fight his way back. Here's Benjamin Bourne on the top rope. And there's a missile drop kick by Benjamin Bourne. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, but no, Duke Hudson kicks out. Here comes Benjamin Bourne laying in the punches on Duke Hudson. He gets to the top rope. And a swanton. Benjamin Bourne went for a swanton bomb. However, nobody home. Duke has it rolling out of the way. Duke Hudson now using the momentum to suplex. Benjamin Bourne tagging in Andre Chase. I don't know how much Benjamin Bourne has left in the tank as he suffers that twisting DDT by Andre Chase. Duke Hudson now switching back in. The two men staying fresh as Benjamin Bourne. And somehow, Benjamin Bourne pulls in deep. Somehow he reaches in deep and manages to kick out. I can see why Chosen is literally been choosing Benjamin Bourne, and he rolls out of the move, tagging in Chosen, immediately going for the pin here. 1, 2, but Duke Hudson kicks out. Chosen now tagging back in Benjamin Bourne. Benjamin Bourne getting fired up. Here he is, climbing to the top rope, and this time he nails the swanton. But no, Andre Chase has other plans as he breaks up the count.
There's a tag.
And now he tags in Chosen. Chosen with a super kick, followed by German suplex for the win. 1, 2, no, again, Duke Hudson manages to kick out. Tensions are really high in this tag team match, especially between Chosen and Benjamin Bourne right now. Here he is, tagging him in. Duke Hudson against the ropes. And there's Benjamin Bourne throwing him outside the ring. Here he comes, bouncing off. And through the ropes, delivers a devastating dropkick. The two men now fighting outside the ring. And it's Duke Hudson now taking apart Benjamin Bourne outside the ring. He's saying for a finisher. He might be looking to win by a counter here. Once again, Chase University is known for their well thought out strategic maneuvers, and this would be a great way for them to win the match by knocking Benjamin Bourne outside the ring and getting a count out here. We got 9, and looks like 10, and Chase University wins tonight's tag team match. This did not end very well for Benjamin Bourne and Chosen. The two definitely were not on the same page, and Chase University most definitely were, and that's probably how they picked up the victory here tonight. However, despite their amazing teamwork, Chosen and Benjamin Bourne, despite not being on the same page, had a lot of tank in the gas, managed to kick out of everything thrown at them. However, Duke Hudson, being the strategist he is, was smart enough to use his finisher move outside the very much weakened Benjamin Bourne outside the ring, allowing him to win via countout. And there it is. There's that finisher. And there's the count out. And Chase University takes tonight's tag team match.
Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, Chase University.
What an amazing match, an upset win here Tension must be extremely high, even now more than ever, between Benjamin Bourne and Chosen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have word that director Charles Elliott is making his way to the ring. We'll be hearing from the director of GTW next here on Dystopia. And here comes director Charles Elliott making his way to the ring. We're going to find out if he's about to give in to the demands of Hercules or not. Okay, Hercules. You win. I've signed the contract. All your demands are met. You have immunity. Archangel and Rebecca Troy will have their intergender tag team title match at any point of your choosing. Archangel will receive his world heavyweight title match against Dio Sebastian at the Rising Sun next Sunday. And Hercules, once again, a reminder, you are granted immunity from ever being fired. Most of all, I will give you your match on Brawl for the main event on Wednesday. It will be myself versus Hercules for control of Grand Tour Wrestling. It is all on paper. It's now official. I gave you everything you wanted. Now release my damn son. And here's his son. I believe that's Damian Elliott, the son of Charles Elliott, the one that they had hostage. Dad, I'm here. They let me go, Dad. Oh, thank heavens. I thought I lost you. I thought they were going to hurt you. Damien, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm fine, Dad. But I gotta ask, like, you're not serious going. You're not gonna actually go through with that match, are you? Dad, you're not an in-ring competitor. You're not a trained fighter. Hercules is gonna destroy you. I know, Damien. I know it seems my decision is reckless. One day, you're gonna understand. Right now, I'm just happy to have you back. Dad, I'm a trained wrestler. I've been training for years to compete in the GTW, to compete under your banner. I'm not that bad. I'm actually pretty good. Let me take your spot. Let me face Hercules on your behalf on the main event of Brawl. Damien, this is not your fight, son. Trust me. This is for your own good. Yeah. My pop's breathing through it too while Hercules controls my career. You have GTW all figured out. His son Damien not exactly happy with his father right now. Charles Elliott having no choice but to finally give in to all of Hercules' demands in order for his son Damian Elliott to be released. For a couple weeks now, he's been a hostage of the old gods. And now, in order for him to have his freedom and his safety, Hercules not only has immunity from ever being fired, but now will face Charles Elliott, who I might remind everyone is not a trained wrestler and is strictly a businessman. The winner will not only have Charles Elliott's shares in GTW, but will be the new director of Grand Tour Wrestling. This means that coming Brawl, unless Charles Elliott manages to magically become the greatest wrestler in the world, is probably going to lose and get destroyed by this man who's well over 300 pounds, lose control of GTW, lose his shares in GTW stock, and Hercules will be a man that'll have ultimate authority with no accountability. On top of that, we now have a new match set at the Rising Sun. It's going to be Dio Sebastian defending the Grand Tour Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship against Archangel. And at any point in time, when Hercules says he deems it so, whether he wins his spot as director or not, Archangel and Rebecca Troy will be able to face whoever is the intergender tag team champions at that time. Don't go away, folks. Coming up next, we have our main event. The newest member of the Old Gods, the Warrior Princes Amber Charllot versus The Witch, coming up right after a quick break. Really, Benjamin, a countout. You have us lose our big tag team match with a countout. Hey, don't you get in my face, Chosen. I was supposed to open that tag team match, and you couldn't put your ego aside, and you had to tag yourself the moment the bell rang. You're the reason why my head wasn't even in the game. Oh, it's my fault. Maybe I told you I wanted to be the opener of that match. I told you I wanted to start as the legal man, but no, you had to have it your way. Yeah, I have to have it my way. You're the one who keeps begging me to be in these tag team matches. Well, maybe if you stopped thinking about yourself, your head would be in the game, and you wouldn't have attacked me while I was on the ring apron. Attack you, that was an accident, you know it. Was it? What are you trying to imply? You haven't exactly been grateful for my teachings. Your teachings? I told you I'm not your disciple. I'm not your protege. Of course you are. You were my protege the moment you faced me for the Intercontinental Championship at Summer Bash. The moment I won, I proved that I was better than you. And you know why I allowed you to have that title match? I already knew I was going to win. I knew you weren't ready. I wasn't ready? Yeah, you weren't ready. I knew I was going to win that match because I wanted to test you. I wanted to see how hungry you were because I was looking at you to be my student. I'm not your student, Chosen. I never have, never will be, and nor do I ever want to be. Because I'm better than you. You're better than me. Yeah, I'm better than you. Oh, so you really think of that? Yeah, I do. Just like how you let your ego get in the way, I let facts stand for me. Okay, how about we sell this? We'll sell this in my home country in Japan at the Rising Sun. Okay, a rematch then. While you're at it, why don't you put that little belt on that little pretty belt of yours on the line? Okay, you got it. Me and you, Rising Sun, rematch from Summer Bash for my Intercontinental Championship. And this time, Benjamin Bourne, I won't put you in your place to show you how much you need me. I'm going to put you in your place to end your career. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and coming up, we have our main event, Amber Charllot versus The Witch. We are just 1 week away from our pay-per-view event, The Rising Sun, which will be live at the Tokyo Dome in Japan, live streaming right here at Infinite Fantasy Twitch.tv, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And we already have an amazing fight card coming up. We'll have Amanda Price versus Amber Charllot in an underground match. A triple threat ladder match for the tag team titles. The Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys versus the Outlaws. For the women's title, Akima Sake will be wrestling in front of her friends, family, and loved ones in her home country, Japan, against Brenda Bison in a submission match. As we just learned, the challenge has been laid down. Chosen will be defending his Intercontinental title against Benjamin Bourne. We'll be having the GTW Women's Tag Team titles on the line as Kumiko Tanaka and Kana Nanako will be facing WWE's Asuka and Iyo Sky. The World Heavyweight title will be on the line as we have Dio Sebastian versus Archangel. And we also have the main event. Steven Dynamite will be making his return. He'll be officially cleared as of Sunday. And will be facing Hercules. That's right, we have, after a year of Steven Dynamite defeating Hercules for the Grand Tour title, 1 year later, the big rematch. Steven Dynamite, the chosen one himself, the man who beat Hercules, will be defending the title against the mighty tyrant, the mighty god, Hercules himself. And that's all going to be at the Rising Sun next Sunday. Live streaming here at Infinite Fantasy, Twitch.tv, September 21st. This is an event you cannot miss, folks. But right now, the excitement is here on Saturday night's DYSTOPIA as Amber Charllot goes 1-on-1 against the Witch. Right here, right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Brisbane, Australia, Amber, the Warrior Princess Charllot.
Amber Charllot thus far has been making an impressive debut last week here on GTW, where she teamed up with Rebecca Troy against the Witch and Amanda Price. She has minorly injured Amanda Price, who as of now is not cleared to wrestle, but doctors say she'll be ready to take a run at the Rising Sun next Sunday. Since then, the Witch has been holding the fort, challenging Amber Charllot, trying to hold her off the line, as it will. Last week, she manages to win using an impressive countout against Archangel, as her and Dio Sebastian faced the two in a mixed gender match on DYSTOPIA. And on Wednesday, the challenge was made on Brawl. After the challenge, Amber Charllot completely decimated the Witch in the ring after they had an exchange of words. The Warrior Princess completely showing her dominance over the girl from Salem. However, the Witch will have her chance to get a receipt as she goes one-on-one against the newest member of the Old Gods right here tonight in DYSTOPIA's main event.
And her opponent, representing the Fallen, from Salem, Massachusetts, the Witch.
And here comes the witch, little sister of Dio Sebastian, the daughter of the legendary Demon Sebastian. Basing her gimmick off of the famous Infinite Fantasy superhero, the White Witch, one of her favorite comic book characters. She comes out with the domino mask and witch attire representing Salem, and what this character represents, showing the good in humanity, striking the darkness within evil. Speaking of striking the darkness against evil, the witch right now will be going against Amber Charllot, the newest member of the Old Guys, who have been going on a tyrannical rule and a quest to take over GTW. Will this girl from Salem be able to take her one-on-one here tonight in this main event? And we're off, folks. And Amber Charllot starting off strong with a big boot to the head, laying the witch out cold. You see Amber Charllot using her brute strength to her advantage against the witch right now. What we have here is a case of someone using brute power versus a high flyer, and it seems right now the brute force is overpowering the witch's ability to use her agility. And you see Amber Charllot is completely fired up. The two girls now locking up in the middle of the ring. And Amber Charllot continuing to overpower the witch, with the witch using her agility to roll out of the way, but it might not be enough as Amber Charllot once again locks up with her. But here comes the witch, starting to push her back. She now has Amber Charllot against the ropes, and the referee trying to break up the two women. And the witch getting the shot in anyway. Against an opponent like Amber Charllot, the witch is going to have to use every little trick she has at her disposal to try and win tonight's one-on-one matchup. And here comes Amber Charllot, putting the witch in a headlock, choking the life out of her, taking the breath out of her body as she continues to lay on the pressure on this Halloween-themed wrestler. And a brutal shot to the back with the knee. The witch fighting back with an elbow to the ribs. And here comes a DDT by the witch, using that agility she's known for to try and overcome the kernel of Amber Charlotte's brute force. And it seems the witch saw that attack coming. However, Amber Charllot still able to follow through with the hammer. You can see the witch is hurting, and you can see her confidence might be dwindling in this match. That super strength that Amber Charllot has seems to be just too much for the witch right now. Remember, this woman easily took out Amanda Price in her in-ring debut, dislocating her shoulder. And there's the witch once again using that agility, trying to use her strength, using what she knows best to try and overcome Amber Charllot, jumping out of the ring with an amazing Hurricanrana. The witch, once again, going for a high-risk maneuver with the moonsault, but nobody home. And the witch may have just done more damage to herself than Amber Charllot has done to her in this entire match. And look at her, just brutally attacking her. Just two hard punches, and the witch is barely standing right now. She's looking very faint. Her head being bashed at that top turnbuckle. And here comes Amber Charllot off that second rope. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, but the witch kicks out. The Witch came here tonight to try and get payback after that brutal beating on Wednesday Night Brawl. But what really might be happening here is Amber Charllot might be here to send a message to Amanda Price. But there's the Witch with a DDT once again. Every time Amber Charllot seems to be gaining the advantage over the Witch with her brute power. The Witch out of nowhere comes out with that amazing dexterity, amazing agility. 1, 2, but Amber Charllot kicks out. The Witch looking very desperate right now. You can see on her face, she's not making right moves at this moment. She's trying to do so many things, not thinking her moves through. Going a little too deep in. But this time it paid off. Amber Charllot trying to catch her breath as she rolls out of the ring. The Witch ready for her though. The moment Amber Charllot got back in, the Witch came in with a drop kick. The Witch knows she can't overpower Amber Charllot, and now she's trying to use her high-flying abilities to keep her guessing, to keep her moving, and to stay on the offensive. Amber Charllot saw that coming though, and here she comes, setting her up. Powerbomb. There comes the pin. 1, 2, but the Witch kicks out. Amber Charllot now on the top rope with a big frog splash. Reminiscent of what Hercules did to Charles Owens at the end of Brawl on Wednesday night. Here comes an Irish whip. The Witch going off the ropes. Amber Charllot going under, going over. As she catches her with a brutal slam right into the ring canvas. And there she is, just tossing the Witch across the ring like a sack of potatoes right now. Just throwing her dead weight all the way across the squared circle. The Witch now blocking her attack. Coming in with the receipt and a spinning DDT. She wanted to go for a shooting star press there. However, Amber Charllot got the knees up. And there's the Witch just using her momentum to slam her skull face first right to the ring. However, it was not enough. Amber Charllot kicking out on 2. You see the crowd now getting behind the Witch right now. They want to see her overcome this tyrant. They want to see the Witch win this match. And there she is, throwing her right into the audience. The 2 women now fighting in the audience. I want to remind everyone, there is count out in this match. There is 100% count out in this match, but the 2 women continue to fight now in the audience right now. This is incredible. I'm telling you, the people who got their front row seats definitely got their money's worth. And both women make it to the ring right in the nick of time. There's Amber Charllot going for that choke slam. But the Witch kicks out. This is incredible. What a match. Both women fighting inside the audience area behind the barricade. Both sliding in the ring just in time, right at the count of 9. Milliseconds away from getting a ring out here. And the Witch now going for the pin. Here goes the ref. 1, 2. But no, Amber Charllot kicks out on 2. The Witch getting very frustrated and desperate right now. She's starting to have doubts if she can put this away, if she can take this match home. And the Witch going for her finisher maneuver. And the Witch wins! She manages to beat Amber Charllot! After everything there. And what's the witch doing here? The witch ain't done. You thought getting the 3 count after all that, after everything Amber Charllot pulled through, you think getting the 3 count was enough, but the witch continues to. What's this? The witch has a table. Oh, you know she's angry. You know she's mad now. The witch setting up a table in the middle of the ring here. No, she has it in the corner. The witch setting the table up in the corner. What is she gonna do here? Oh my God! Oh my God, she didn't. Oh my God, she just speared her right into the table. Ladies and gentlemen, the witch definitely just got her payback right here tonight after everything Amber Charllot put Amanda Price through. After everything Amber Charllot put the witch through on Wednesday Night Brawl. After beating the living hell out of her. After Amber Charllot dominating the witch throughout this whole match, throwing across the ring, beating the snot out of her. The witch not only picks up the win, but seems that she wasn't done there. She continued the assault after getting the 3 counts, putting Amber Charllot through a table. This is the witch right now sending a message to the old gods. Stephen Dynamite may not be around at this moment, may not be clear to wrestle, but we still have 2 sheriffs, and that is the witch and Dio Sebastian of the Fallen, and they're here to hold the line. We still have Dio Sebastian versus Archangel for the World Heavyweight title coming next Sunday on pay-per-view, The Rising Sun, live at the Tokyo Dome in Japan. And the witch definitely got hers tonight here in Dystopia. Only time will tell what the backlash will be. If Hercules beats Charles Elliott, which he probably will, at the main event of Brawl this Wednesday night, he will have control of GTW, and that could spell certain doom for someone like the witch, who right now at this moment just made a statement sending a message to the old gods. Ladies and gentlemen, starting this week after tonight, GTW will be touring in Japan. We're talking about house shows in Japan. We're talking about Wednesday Night Brawl will be in Japan, and Dystopia acting as the Rising Sun's pre-show will be in Japan. Throughout the week, GTW touring across the seas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Infinite Fantasy signing out. May your fantasies be infinite. Be infinite.